on in. Okay, let me invite Miss Malone. There you are. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started because tonight I do have a guest. So wherever you're watching, I know there was another link for YouTube, but at the last minute I realized that I have to use my actual phone to use the to get my Facebook Live to work. All right, let me turn you up and let's get it started. Let me go ahead and just start the intro and we can get it popping.
For the Couch Chronicles, where there ain't no fucking limits.
Every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 8 Central Time. You don't never want to miss a couch. Trust me, it ain't no fucking limits. I said none.
We have the jackpot this time.
We'll go ahead and get started with this interview. Make sure that you like, subscribe. We are on Facebook Live. Y'all see the shirt? And you see the back? And you wouldn't understand it if you didn't live it. Hey, big time. I did big time. Giving up the mirrors. They took me straight off the front line. I'm not lying. Been watching my mama cry up in that courtroom. And the judge just dismissed me like I was dumb too. And the bailiff looked at me like, what you gon' do? My mind is fucked up, so all I'm thinking is I'm gon' shoot. In reality, set in like it was supposed to. Cat calls down the halls, that's what them folks do. Brown bag, bologna sandwich in them jumpsuits. My cellmate just did 100 years on some dumb shit. Damn, is this the end of the days? Cause living in a cell is just like being in a grave. If ain't no money on your books, then you ain't eating shit. You better pray that you get mail a penitentiary gift. And for them lonely days, a visitation list from your family and your friends, that's a major lift. And your spirit, all the drama on the yard, you wanna forget it. Yeah. Behind these walls is different, and you wouldn't understand if you didn't live it. Ayy, big time, I did big time. Ayy, and they took me out the front line. I'm still scarred from doing my time. And everybody said I should let go. I'm trying, but it did something to my mental. Interact opinion, you know I stand 10 toes. If you ain't know, now you know. I hold my own, that ain't wrong. And I know I gotta think different, cause if I don't, then I guess I be the same nigga. Wait, I'm tryna let it go. I'm tryna be a better person so I don't have to get physical. I gotta get my mind right for the limelight. I don't care who judging if they don't know doing timeline. Tryna be an example to my fans and all my peoples and my nieces and my nephew. Big time, I did big time. Sitting in the cold cell in the daytime. Your time be fine, but it's not like the world, no. Big time, I did big time. Giving up them years, they took me straight off the front line, I'm not lying. Been watching my mama cry up in that courtroom. Then the judges dismissed me like I was dumb too. Then the bailiff looked at me like, what you gon' do? My mind is fucked up, so all I'm thinking is I'm gon' shoot. Damn, is this the end of the days? Cause living in a cell is just like being in a grave. Make sure Facebook is correct, cause it's gonna get deep. It's gonna get deep. Welcome. Can you tell everybody who you are and where you are from?
My name is Tennille Malone, and I'm from Ardmore, Oklahoma.
Period. Can you tell everybody how much time you did?
I did 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Now, what was time like for you?
Basically, I stayed to myself. There was a couple issues. A woman forced herself upon me. I confided into the mental health over at Eddie Warriors because of Miss Morgan and her minions that she has working for her. That incident happened, and my friend told me to call Priya. I said, for what? They monitor all the calls. You know, nothing's going to happen, nothing changed. I wrote her up. to have a meeting with me, I was automatically, thank God, transferred. I wasn't even on the transfer list. I got transferred to Oklahoma City. Okay, true. I was also beaten by a girl there.
Now pause. I want to pause real quick because you went over too fast that you were, sexually abused. Was that from a staff member or inmate?
An inmate who had connections with the main high staff members.
Mm-hmm. Now
So
that's a fucked up situation to be in on the yard, and a lot of people, they think that it's just a video that they show us, but no, rape actually really happens. I was raped on the yard by another woman, and it's not a good feeling, especially whenever you're helpless and you don't have nobody that has your back. How did you feel in that moment, in that time when that was happening to you?
It's like, it's not the first time, but the how do you feel? How would you feel? Everything was taken from me. Right. I was already a victim of the system for the crime. Right. I did what I did, but it was in self-defense. But I still got time. He got nothing. My youngest daughter got time for this crime that was committed unjustifiably. I wrote everything down. I confided in a couple of friends that I knew prior to being locked up. They did go with me. Get anywhere. The abuse from Miss Morgan, even though she's a case manager at Eddie Warriors, but she run the yard. And have been on the yard for like 20 years.
Okay, so and her name is Miss
Morgan.
Miss Morgan. So she's a staff member that's just a caseworker.
You think?
She's calling the shots.
Yeah, she called the shots. I don't think she is anymore because there is a new warden there, and OKCCC is on the property. So I don't think she's going to get away with anything because there's a lot of things that have changed since I've been out. I did report these things once again to the mental health. They had to report it. Nothing got done. The day that the warden was willing to have a meeting with me because of all the write-ups of the staff, her and some I had wrote up because of the abuse. There was a physical fight. A girl had hit me in my face. I went to defend myself. There were 7 other ladies, and the CO was there, and she called for backup. So they immediately accused me. They moved me that night. They tried to charge me with disobeying a direct order and violent acts upon other people, the other inmates.
But around that time, you were already writing things down because of the things that were happening to you.
Yes.
Do you feel like the mental health didn't take you serious, or they didn't take mental health serious?
No, they didn't take mental health serious. The doctors and early warriors at mental health, that would be the best bet. If anybody has members locked up, their family members or friends locked up at Eddie Warriors, tell them to go to mental health to report everything. That's the only way everything's going to stay safe. Dr. Geddes, which is the doctor over there, she erased my whole medical file when I got to Mabel Bassett.
Can they do that?
She did. They re-fingerprinted me 4 times. They lost my fingerprints 4 times.
How do you lose an inmate's fingerprints when they're still in the system?
That means they had me up under Tulsa County when I first got arrested, October 30th, 2020. They put me up under a fake name. They put me up under Camille, not Sherelle.
Okay. Pause. Why would they put you under a fake name?
They had my ID. Ask them. I don't know. They had my driver license. They also said that I was homeless and lived on Tulsa Transit bus stop. And when they got me and my daughter, we was right there, like there's a bush, and then there's our house. We was just like right
So this corruptness, when it comes to you, actually started when your case first started.
Yes.
Why do you think you were singled out?
The dude that did this, knowing I knew his sister. I helped her be 25 to life. I knew she had other siblings, but I knew they was females, older siblings. She was one of the oldest. I didn't know anything about her brother. He had just got out the penitentiary, come to find out. He was a crip. He said I robbed her, and I didn't. She didn't want to buy them alcohol that morning. She went to go pay her rent. My daughter was getting ready to take me shopping because my birthday is actually Halloween. So we was going out that night to see a performer up there in Tulsa. And I didn't make it. They beat me right there on Harvard, North Harvard by the dollar store and Sweet Lisa's. They beat me right there by the school.
The police?
In the dollar store, they called the police. Him, his baby mother, and two nieces and her two children. The baby mother's two oldest children. Beat me. They pulled the 9mm in my head. It's all on video camera, remind you. The pedestrians and the people in the Dollar General, the employees, they called the police. The police pulled up. I'm still on the ground. The police pulled up, let them drive off, and they left.
So at that moment, what did the police do for you?
Nothing. They left. They pulled up, they let them drive off, and they left. It's all on video.
So you have your discovery. You're able to see the body cam footage from the officers. You're able to see the neglect.
They didn't put none of that. Oh, no, none of that didn't come to court. The only thing that came to court was what they call retaliation and motive on my behalf. Because when I went back to my companion's house, the dude's car was there. I didn't know he was in the house. They always parked their car there. So I started tearing up the vehicle, and my daughter was with me. He attacked her, she was hitting the porch and everything. Anyway, he tackled her, and then I chopped his head open with a machete. I tried to chop it off. My daughter is taller than me, so if I would have went up any higher or towards the neck area, I would have hit her head. So I split his head open right here.
And is that why you went to prison?
Yes. Yeah. I admitted to what I did and why I did it. And I told the officers who came out that night when they got us, because I was just trying to get her home, and I was going to go turn myself in. But when they got us, I told them I did it, and I told them why.
Wow.
They said there was no calls in, but it was. They had different attorneys. In the end, I had a private attorney that the state awarded to me because they messed up when they got my daughter in the system, because we bailed her out that night. She went home that night on a $25,000 bond. And I sat there. It was 2 weeks, and I wrote her and told her I wasn't coming in home until I fought this. As long as I pled guilty, for her to plead not guilty.
So they arrested you and your daughter that night?
They arrested both of us that night. What a lot of people don't understand in Oklahoma, the Oklahoma state law states that you can no longer have, Lord Jesus, co-defenders. You can no longer have co-defenders.
Really?
You can't. It's been in effect. It's been in effect since about 2016. They can only charge the other people. Wow. If there's more than one person that's involved in a crime, they can only charge the other person with accessory, things like that, of the fact, if they have enough circumstantial evidence. But if one person of the crowd or of people that was involved or allegedly involved pleads guilty, they can no longer charge the other people. They can only charge them with conspiracy if they only have enough, if they have enough circumstantial evidence. Now, remind you, in each county, in each state of Oklahoma, they have their own laws, but they have to coincide with Oklahoma state law. Each facility and everything. But now it's to where in the prisons that they are doing it, that they can write you up or charge you with anything upon their own discretion.
Right.
They brought back in the old law. They brought back in the old law in the penitentiaries. But when I first got there and got processed through ADR, the lady Amanda, she got murdered that
Amanda Lane?
That's when Amanda, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I was still there in A&R. And an officer, a CO, I'm not going to say his name, I could tell you privately in your own DM, confided in me that it wasn't the one officer, because there were two officers at the time that had the same last name. His friend was there and another officer was there. The friend who got fired is not the one who committed the crime. The other one who committed the crime stayed on and quit after the chief ordered them to murder her. The white chief, the white lady with the blonde hair. I don't know her name.
Wow.
Because she was getting ready to expose them about other murders in the penitentiary and the rapes and the abuse from the staff.
And a lot of people that are watching this right now or hearing this, wherever you're listening, if you're listening from big old Spotify Pandora or even YouTube, this is what's happening in these penitentiaries right now. I keep telling you guys, and just hearing it from my mouth probably isn't enough. This is someone who literally just recently got out. This is Amanda Lane. That didn't happen too long ago. We literally have been fighting for them to get body cams because of that situation, because it's too many deaths that keep happening on the yard.
Your body cams can be cut off.
Right.
Malfunction.
Exactly.
So what extent are they really going to protect our families? Or what extent can we protect ourselves?
That's heavy. To be on the yard and not feel protected, you literally have to watch over your shoulders from inmates and staff. Do you know how scary that is? Do you know how dangerous that is? That's traumatic to have to know that you literally have to look over your shoulders. A lot of people, when they go to jail or prison, that's some of the best, safest sleep that they get. Some. But whenever you have a corrupt system, nothing is safe. No one is safe.
Oklahoma is the #1 state who prosecutes women.
Oh, yeah.
They give us more time.
They don't care if you have evidence that you were raped. They don't care.
No,
I know that for a fact because I had evidence that I was raped.
Yeah, I have all my evidence here. I have all my legal paperwork with their signatures on it. You know, they return everything back to you when you write it up and you go through the chain of command.
Right. So you followed chain of command. You did your staff request. You did your grievances. You did all that. And you have all of it back for a paper trail.
Yes.
Wow. So after you were shipped, what happened? Let's rewind a little bit. You were shipped after the rape, after you were writing it up.
I got shipped in October. The last week, like of September, almost October, I got shipped to OKCCC. And the warden there was embezzling money. Had the lights cut off. We seen her messing with the electrical box. In the end, we didn't have no gas. We were freezing. So they eventually shut it down. They moved us and didn't even call transportation or even have us on the move list.
From OKCCC?
Yeah.
So you was there when it got shut down?
Yeah, I was there.
Wow.
It was freezing. But I signed paper saying I could stay there in the code. I don't care. I didn't want to go back to Eddie Warriors.
Okay, pause. So there were people signing waivers to be there because of the conditions?
Yeah. Mine was just to stay there because I refused to go to Eddie Warriors. Because they said they was going to shoot me back to Eddie Warriors, that I could not go to Maple Bassett because my daughter was there. So I signed because I said I was not going back to Eddie Warriors. Because I would catch a case. Because I would slap them, the workers for the abuse. How can you put me back in a place where I was abused at?
Right.
And you refuse to move me to another open yard, regardless if I had my child there, my mother, my aunt, my cousin, it doesn't matter. Why would you put me back on a yard where I was abused?
Right. A lot of times when they do that, and they do it on purpose, for those that's listening, staff members, they will do that on purpose to cause harm to you or to make sure that you're taken off the map if you're causing problems and exposing. They don't want to be exposed. They don't want to stop what they're doing. So they're going to do whatever they can to make you look like whatever you're saying means nothing.
So I was there maybe a month or so before it got closed down. A month or so before they shut it down. And they were just moving us about the bus. They just told us to pack up our room and we was moving.
Wow. How was that situation for you? Like, I couldn't even imagine what it was doing to your mental health at the time.
They just, I don't know. They just came in, they took all our medicine from us. So we couldn't even have it on our person at this time. They took it all up front to the office. It was horrible. The conditions of this place and any other facility they have is horrible. Like, we have leaks, the electric was going out, there was like, a fire could have started. And then the gas, how could it not be no gas? And then it was no water. I mean, was they paying the bills?
Right.
These things just don't shut off by themselves.
Right.
And then they had guys from the men's penitentiary over there fixing the electrical and stuff like that. Like, they was fixing the place. The cameras didn't work, barely, when they wanted to work. And then they finally went off, especially down there by my room on B-side. The camera wouldn't work.
Oh, yeah. B-side's camera wasn't working when I was there.
Yeah, it wasn't working when I was there. And I was in B10.
Wow. Now, after they ended up shipping you, did they ship you from somewhere after that?
They shipped me to Mabel Bassett.
With your daughter?
I got to see my daughter. Huh?
With your daughter?
Yes, I got to see her. Actually, I was in Delta building with her. I was just on dorm 2. That dorm there.
I was on dorm 2 as well. Tell me your experience from dorm 2.
That is a spiritual dorm. It is a portal. It's a portal for demons. And for some reason, God puts his children that are lights over there in there. It was bad. People stay up. I got to love a lot of people, but they stay up and then something like weird happens to them. And all of these people was not on drugs. So they cannot convince me they was on drugs. Right. They can't. I've seen this for my own eyes. There was a lot of fights on that dorm, a lot of fights. I have been in a couple of, I got hit in the head with a lock. That fight lasted 2 hours. 2 hours.
Whoa, hold on. Why did it last 2 hours?
Because this woman kept getting up, and the more I knocked out, the more the rest of the inmates would pick her up, and she would start fighting them. So then they would fight her. This woman would not stop. It was like she hit an older lady first. Like, that lady's like 60, I think she was 65 at the time. She hit her, and then she hit me and pulled my hair and started hitting my head on the table. Like, she just was fighting everybody. Everybody.
And was you able to, you said you fought her back, like, a lot of times people wouldn't fight back, especially if they know that they're about to leave, because they want to go home. They don't want nothing to stop them. Did you find yourself in that type of situation?
First time when I got there, I know which guards to fuck with and who not to fuck with. Second of all, I know which guards to do some shit with and which ones not to do while they on duty. You know, there's a certain guard on duty that day, and he just let me do it. He let me defend myself. Snapped me and pulled my hair and then hit me in the head with a lot.
Yeah.
I tried to dismember her. I'm not as young as I look, you know? And one thing I do know is that don't keep violating me. I'm already in here for a crime I committed. Even though I was violating, I defended myself. They said it was retaliation. Okay, well, if you want to send me to prison, then I'll go for that. Okay, if that's what you want to do. But I have all the proof where there was holes in the system where they didn't have evidence at the end. They didn't have no evidence. You know, it was a lot of things that happened. That fight that happened for 2 hours, that woman stopped. They did move her. They arrested her. They didn't take none of us.
Mm-hmm.
She got out and went on another pod. I didn't see her for a while. Before I left, she was real respectful to me and towards me.
Mm-hmm.
Another girl hit me, and I thought I killed her. I really did. I beat her severely.
It was a lot of fights going on. You found yourself in more fights at Mabel Bassett than at Eddie Warriors?
Just two.
Mm-hmm.
Just two.
Mm-hmm.
Just two. If they wouldn't hit me, I wouldn't hit them back.
Right.
Other than that, I've never been in any trouble during my time of incarceration.
Mm-hmm.
I never was in any trouble besides them 4 incidents. The 2 fights at Mabel's, the fight at Eddie's, and then the rape. I was never in trouble. And the reason why I say in trouble, even though it was not my fault, I still got in trouble for trying to write these people up, sending it through the chain of command. I called, they restricted my phone calls for a while and my mail for a long time. They wouldn't let any of my mail go in or out of Eddie Warriors.
Because you were actually telling on the staff. You were documenting everything that was happening to you. And they don't like that. They'll do something to make you, literally, they'll stop your visitation just like she's saying. My visits would stop, my phone calls would stop, my canteen was stopped. They do whatever they can to punish you in a way to where it looks like it's an innocent punishment.
Yes.
Wow.
They tell them that, well, they've been a problem. They've been disobedient or disobeyed the direct order.
Mm-hmm.
We verbally warned her before. Things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they get to cover it up. Now that it's upon the discretion of the staff to write you up or charge you with anything, that's even worse.
Yeah.
It's even worse.
Yeah.
Miss Cummings was very abusive to us.
Miss Cummings, was she an officer or was she a
She was a
case manager?
Case manager.
What do you mean she was abusive?
C2.
What do you mean she was abusive?
Verbally, physically, verbally and physically. To the women that she could be physically too.
So she didn't just go do it to some top-notch person that was... Wow, there's people in the comments saying, yes, she was.
Yes, she is.
So she physically put her hands on inmates?
Yes.
Which I'm not saying I don't believe y'all, but some of these staff members wasn't there when I was there because I got shipped off too. So when I'm hearing about this, I'm like, thank God they didn't do that to me because I would have bit her bitch ass ear off. Like, what the fuck?
They probably moved. Her husband was the dude there for the drug dial. That was her husband, the man on TV with the drug dial there at Mabel Bassett. He's no longer there after he violated me and touched my Quran and said it was another Bible and threw my stuff everywhere. Like they took the ex-warden there. It's another warden there now. It's a man there now. Mm-hmm. The woman that was there, Tammy, I think whatever her name was, started with a T. She, during search, we had to go down to the gym and take everything down there. They took my Quran. They threw my hijabs away. They threw away things that violated my, not only religion, but just me, period. She made me throw all my hair away, my real hair, because I keep my hair until I can mail it home. And mind you, at this time, I've already written these folks up. So they didn't like it at all. And they try to take things where it wasn't approved by the facility. Well, anything I have at this time will never be approved by this facility because I just came from 2 different facilities.
Right.
But as long as you process it in with my stuff, then it's approved by your facility.
Facts. You put it on my property list. When it's on my property list, it's my property. Yeah, it's now legal. That's what people don't realize is if they put it on your property list, it's now legal. It doesn't matter if it wasn't legal before. You literally marked it in as legal. You put it in my property. It's my things. Wow.
Yeah, they charged me with contraband. She did a whole lot of things. Took pictures of me on her cell phone. So
pictures on her cell phone?
On her cell phone. Yeah, in the gym bathroom when she made me flush my hair down a shitty toilet.
Okay, wait a second. Was staff members allowed to have their phones? Because I didn't know that they could have their phones.
staff members that have their phones there. Are they on them? No. Was she on hers? Yeah.
Wow.
She took a picture of me. I wrote her up. The Attorney General office was there too during this raid. It was an illegal raid and search and seizure at Maple Bassett during this time. They tried to say it was a matrix. That wasn't matrix. We just had a matrix. We just had 2 or 3 of them.
And they would do that again. They would do that and get away with a lot because they're using that to take the things that they want and plant the things that they need to plant. That's how I feel.
Yeah, they had drug dogs searching our things while we was not there in the building. Just a whole lot of different things. They took a lot of mattresses, said it had drugs in it, marijuana in it, and I'm like, okay. They took a lot of things, and they charged us for the mattresses that they took and tore up.
What do you mean they charged you?
The state charged us for the mattresses, including the ones that, like, if we bought our own mattress, they would take it. They would charge us for our own mattress, including the state's mattresses. Like right now, when you go in and they put your name on it and your DLC number on it, and if there's any rips or tears in it, whenever you bring it back, even though it was on there when you got it, they're gonna charge you before you leave.
How much is that?
They charge you, I think, I want to say, it depends. I'm gonna say a range from 25 and up, and the reason why I say that is because it depends on how bad the mattress is destroyed.
Wow. They wasn't doing that when I was there. That's why I keep telling everybody that prison has gotten worse. It hasn't gotten better. The system has not gotten better. It has gotten worse since even I was in there. That's wicked.
Yeah.
For those that's tuned in, if you just now tuning in, it's the Couch Chronicles where it ain't no fucking limits. I do this every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 Central Time. Make sure that you follow Couch Chronicles No Limits on Spotify, Pandora, THA Couch on Facebook, TikTok, and Bigo. Couch Chronicles No Limits on Instagram, and my main Instagram and my YouTube's. Well, my main Instagram, my YouTube, and my .com, so which is THA Real JANELL and THA Couch.com. Make sure that you follow my guest on all social media. Today is the last day of Prison Jail Felon Talk until next month. But you know we do this every month, so if you have a story that you would like to share, or if you would like to share your experience to keep people aware of what's going on in the system, then you're more than welcome to come and sit on the couch. Now, Miss Malone, you blowing me away right now. Because of the things that has changed since I got out. Being charged for mattresses that you didn't even cause damage to, this is mind-boggling.
Anything that belongs to the state and is in your possession, if it is destroyed, you are getting charged with destruction of state property.
Wow. It, like I said, it's changed since I was even in there. It wasn't like that. And them mattresses was fucked up. Fucked up. I'm talking about fucked. Some of them, they would get in trouble because they would have a medical mat, or they would steal another mat and stuff it in their mat. I remember that. That's very wild. So now you were there when there's been deaths, there's been fights, there's been corruption. How many people can you say, or how many women can you say died while you were there?
We'll say 4, 5.
And what does the prison, what did they do for the ones that died? What did they do? Was there a memorial? Was there counselors coming out to talk to everybody?
No, they locked us down and shut down all the phones where we couldn't call out.
And I will say that's a thing. I remember when this young lady, she found out that she had lupus, and the next day she died on the yard. They shut off the phones. They wouldn't even, for some of the people that didn't know that somebody died, they wouldn't even tell you. They would literally keep you in the dark until they felt like it blew over. No one wants to get exposed for being corrupt if they're corrupt. And it's right in front of our face.
They're trying to build the fence. They are building it now to block off the D building, and then from C2. So the whole yard is going to be in 3 sections: maximum, medium, and minimum.
They've been saying that since even I was there. So they're actually doing it?
It's there. They're doing it now, yeah.
Wow. So what they're doing, for those that don't know, Mabel Bassett is a huge yard. They have a medium. This is probably the only yard that has a max, medium, and minimum. And what they're doing is they're sectioning it off to where you literally have to be, buzz through a gate to get to the next part.
You're not going to be able, if you're in D building, the only thing you can do is go to your side of the yard, to the lunch area, and they put right there by the canteen, okay, by D building, right there by the chapel. Okay, right there by the canteen on that side, they put the medical in on that side, for that side of the yard. Like D building, when they section them off completely, they have their own medical, their own, cafeteria. They're gonna have their own chapel and everything, because they're supposed to be able to go off the yard to work.
Wow.
That's in process. They will have to have, I guess, buzz through the gate to go to school. That's the only thing that they're allowed to go on that site for.
And for those that don't know, that's actually a huge change. That, I don't even know what type of difference it will make. But, and who knows the type of problems that it'll bring. What do you feel like was the worst thing that you had to deal with while you were there?
The abuse from the staff. The abuse from the staff.
And not getting the help that you need. Those staff are supposed to be there to protect us. Yet they're there fucking other inmates, destroying their lives, and fucking up their time.
Officer Dixon, I was there when he did that. Yeah.
And Officer Dixon was the one that was raping women?
He did 2 women that was reported that I know of. He's nasty. I mean, if you're a woman, if you've seen him and smelt him, why would you? He's nasty. So whatever he was trying to offer, or whatever he wanted to offer, or however it came about, and the video got leaked, they should have just leaked them all. You know what I'm saying? Don't leak half of them, leak them all.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think they only leaked some of them?
They edited the ones they leaked. Before I left, I got to see the original videos. I mean, honestly, I probably would have got more time if I was in the cell with either one of them women at the time that happened. Because I would have fucked them up.
Yeah. Wow.
For real.
What do you...
He nutted on the floor and told her to clean it up.
What?
Yeah, they edited that. They edited it. He pulled out of her and ejaculated on the floor and he said, "Bitch, clean that shit up."
Y'all see my face? I damn near fell out the chair because, motherfucker, not you came in here and violated me and tried to make me clean up your motherfucking mess, you nasty, disgusting ass bitch. And he's arrested right now. That's the one that's in jail right now facing charges.
Yeah. Yes.
And those women, from what I heard, those women are actually being punished for telling that they were being violated.
One of them was gone to another county because she was discharged from penitentiary, actually. She had to go to another county to get discharged from there. And then she had been gone home for free, for good, I mean. But when that happened, and the other girl told, so they brought her back from the other county. And now she's got to finish her time right there on the yard. They will not let her go home.
Wow. Imagine.
They got mad because she did not say anything at first. Well, after it happened, she was gone.
Yeah. Imagine being in a facility and the staff members that's supposed to be over you and protecting you are the ones that's violating and corrupting.
And then the excessive OC spray. Now it's OC fogger. It's not spray, it's a fog. They use it excessively. It leaves prints of your body on the wall if you touch it. It leaves orange stains on your clothes, like you got on orange clothes. Like it bleeds through the orange shirts that we wear.
The spray?
No, it's a fogger now. It's not a spray, it's a fogger.
What the fuck is
Now
that?
it's a fogger. It's thicker. It comes out like in a spray, but it's thicker. It's like a fog. It's thicker.
So it just stays right there.
Yeah, but they use a whole can. They're ordered to use a whole can. Even if it's not physical combative, they say if you refuse a direct order, they have the right to use a whole can of OC fogger.
Now, for those that don't know what OC fogger is, can you explain it?
It's like pepper spray, but it comes out thicker, and it's a long string, and it's thicker, and it's stronger. As soon as it escapes out of that spray, it comes out. You can smell it. The whole room. It ain't even got to be in the room. You can smell it from outside, even in the hallway. Like you can smell it. You can open. They refuse to open up any doors.
What about the ladies that had asthma?
I had seizures from this. They didn't care. If it wasn't from the inmates helping me and getting me outside, even though they're coughing and choking, they cared, and they had to give me up to medical. And then they would go get my daughter, So that is the only reason why I'm still here from that spray.
Wow.
And there's a couple of COs that's been there for years that know people, and they had let me out. They let us out the building. They could have lost their job, but they let us out the building.
Now, did they at least have a gas mask on? They only had that there to hurt.
No.
That is mind-boggling. To be in a facility, and we're here because we committed a crime, but that doesn't mean that we need to be physically, mentally, or sexually abused while we're still locked up, which is the reason why I keep telling you guys to don't be afraid to share your story, because your story can help somebody else. There's probably somebody else right now that's dealing with this, that's terrified to death to even let anybody know. And they needed somebody to speak out for them. So thank you so much for speaking out. This is huge. This is deep. This is what the fuck. Like,
well, we have gas leaks there. They shut off all the phones. We almost died from the gas leaks. They shut the phones off. My auntie and them was calling. Everybody's family member was calling. They didn't get no answer, but they seen it on the news. So we get punished for things that are going on inside of the penitentiary. It has nothing to do with inmates, period. It has something to do with them, and they're not keeping up on the maintenance of their buildings and the equipment that is there.
Do you think they may be punishing you guys because they feel like somebody's probably leaking it out?
Well, of course. It's going to get out.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I taught all of my family inside of there. I'm a leaky. I keep some of the names discreet right now, but I'm a leaky.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a tell.
Yeah.
On album.
I'm going to tell you one thing, and for those that know me, this is the Couch Chronicles where it ain't no fucking limits. Literally, it ain't no limits. I'm not censoring anybody. Sometimes your truth might hurt the next motherfucker because it's the truth, and the truth hurts. I've had an officer get on this same podcast and expose other officers that's still in the penitentiary doing the same thing right now.
Most of all the good COs left and went to the men's penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? They left the women's penitentiary. Most of the COs they have there now are from the men's penitentiary. And the women don't like it, because they say all they do is run around and tell them all they do is bitch and gripe all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Them men are not used to that. Them COs are not used to the atmosphere of being around women.
Mm-hmm.
They can't keep COs. When I left, they only had 20 to 24 COs. That's all they had.
Wow.
When I left. My discharge date was March 25th. I got out the 28th. They let a white woman go. Now, remind you, me, this Mexican lady, Latino descent, I'm black, and this white lady all had the same discharge date, March 25th, which fell on the weekend. They let the white lady go that Friday before. They kept me and the Latino lady in until that Monday.
You know, and it's fucked up. I dealt with that too. When I discharged, my discharge date would have fell on a weekend. So they had a choice to either discharge me early or discharge me after. They were supposed to have discharged me, I think like a month or something earlier. So I ended up, from the discharge date that they had written down, I actually ended up discharging 3 months early before that date. Because that wasn't even the right date. They got a habit of trying to keep people in. For what reason? I don't fucking know. Except to show us that because they can. Because they can.
Literally, that's what it is.
If you guys continue to talk, they'll have to stop. We keep exposing them, they're going to get caught. Everything that's in the dark always comes to the light. It doesn't matter how long it takes. Doesn't matter how long it takes. Look how long it took for Diddy's shit to get to the light. But it's coming to the light. This shit is going to come to the light. She said they keep them in for the money. They get more money for women than they do for men. Exactly. Tammy is so right. Tammy is so right. And for those that's listening from all over, shout out to everybody that's tuned in. But in Oklahoma, they arrest women like they hate them. Seriously.
They do.
They arrest women. They don't give a fuck what you did, what type of evidence you have. All they see is this. When they see women, they see this. When they see us, we're their money makers. And that's just real. They prostituting us. That's just real. They the pimps. They the fucking pimps. And the only way we gonna stop a motherfucking pimp is if we do this together. It can't just be me. It can't just be Miss Malone. It can't just be you. It has to be all of us talking. It has to be all of us sharing our stories, because these stories, these are real fucking stories. These are real fucking lives that have been destroyed by the fucking system. And it's still lives that's being destroyed right now.
Yeah, prison don't have no secrets. So they just need to come on out and tell our tale.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a staff that is just at the hands of letting things go.
Why would you protect staff members just because they bringing you in some drugs? Come home. There's way more drugs out here. There's way better. Get the fuck up out of there. Don't allow those staff members to manipulate you to thinking that you need them, because you do not need them. You need your voice. And you need to keep speaking out on that corrupt bullshit that's fucking happening. And even if you are a part of the corrupt shit, they're over you. They're the ones that's in the wrong. You are not.
They are.
They're responsible for you. So if you're running this drug ring with them, I blame them. It's their fault.
They brought it in.
Yeah.
They did that. That's real.
Yeah.
They kept us on lockdown the majority of the time there because it was just a lot of fentanyl.
You see what I'm saying? How many people can say, oh, wow, I was actually on the yard and everybody was strung out from fentanyl? That shouldn't be a fucking thing. That should not be a thing. But it is. Because the staff members, some of them got so much hatred in their heart that they're bringing in these drugs to get people hooked. To get these inmates to need them, to want them.
When I was on pod 2, that's one thing. Even though all them fights was there, they saved damn near, I'm going to say 50% of the inmates that lived or came in and out of pod 2, if not 90% of them, because they were falling out from seizures or drug-induced or whatever was going on with them. They would literally, we would pitch in and they educated themselves on seizures and ICE and what to do. They they never did once. They come in with their videos and stuff, but they never did once notify the warden that the inmates are the one that has saved the other inmates. Because they get days off for saving another.
I was just about to say that. The reason why they wouldn't do, because, and I will say this, that if you see a staff member getting beat up and you save them, you automatically discharge. Like, none of your case matters. Like, it doesn't matter if you was in there for raping the goddamn president. You're out of there. If you save a staff member, if you save an inmate, that's supposed to be the same privilege that you get. So, of course, they're not going to be like, oh, that was the inmates that saved this lady. No. Because they want to keep you. They want to hold you hostage. And these are the only kidnappers that can legally hold you hostage.
Yes. Unjustifiably is what I call it.
Yeah.
That shit ain't legal. That's unjustifiable. To hold someone against their will.
Yeah.
If you did it, you do it. If you didn't and you still go to prison and you fight your time and you still can't get out and you fight your case and you still can't get out, just do your time and hit it where it hurts. A lot of these people try to hit their pockets and stuff. That's not where it's hurting them at.
Right.
Right now, what we're doing right now is hurting them. And they go viral, we're going to hurt them. And the more we do this, and the more women, any victim, I'm going to say any victim, because you can be a man or a woman.
Right.
Victim.
Exactly.
Stand up. Stand up. Speak for your children on their behalf. But in the judicial system, it's going down the same way. It's not no different.
Yep.
Listen to your children, and y'all need to stand up and y'all need to seek and get it out there. Because this is the only way it's going to hit them. People say hit them in their pockets is their money is going to hurt them. No, it's not. Money's not expandable, but our lives are. So if we keep getting this out viral, and we keep talking about the violence and the prisons, and we keep talking about every topic, that's why I watch you, and you get it out there, then this is the only way we're going to be able to stop it and hurt them.
Yep.
It's the only way we're going to hurt the politicians that are in control.
Exactly. Because they are so busy trying to change the narrative right before your eyes. It makes me so fucking sick. It's like, oh my God, like, I hope y'all don't think I'm crazy, but they literally changing the narrative the way that they want it. They're feeding you bullshit because you're hungry, and you're eating it because you have no other choice. But there are choices. You do have a choice to choose not to fuck around with the bullshit, to choose not to listen to the lies. Come on now, y'all always saying the devil is a lie. Well, the devil comes in forms. The devil comes in people. He comes out of people. It's right before your eyes. You guys are literally witnessing it right in front of you. And some of you guys are just in denial. Some of you guys are super scared. Some of you guys are like, well, if I start talking about this, they're going to look at me. Who gives a motherfuck? Who cares?
They're going to look at you. They're going to call you a liar. They're going to say it was your fault. Oh, it's what you want.
But guess what? We already told ourselves this in our head. We already blamed ourselves for these years before we even came out and spoke up for ourselves. So whatever they say ain't going to faze me. Whatever they say ain't going to faze you. You've heard worse. You've dealt with worse to prepare you for what's going to happen right now. So keep speaking your truth. Fuck what everybody talking about. Speak your truth. And if somebody is offended, it's because they never wanted the truth to get out. Hello? I'm just saying.
The abuse. It's a lot of abuse that goes on inside of being incarcerated. Not only that, your sickness, your health, the mold, the food, just the conditions inside of there. They trying to fix up the showers, and I'm gonna say they doing a patch job, but they trying to fix it up. But they already missing a lot of money. Like, there was money missing when they come in. That's why they was trying to hurry up and get the fence done. At the time, there was a lot of contractors here in Oklahoma that I was aware of that was not willing to put the fence up for Mabel Patterson. There was a lot of individual contractors contractors right here in Oklahoma that was not willing to do any business with the state of Oklahoma in redoing their buildings or anything like that.
I don't blame them. They don't handle business the right way.
No.
And who's to say they're not embezzling all the money?
They was missing something like over 500,000 or more. I can't remember. It's written down. I can't remember exactly what it was. When they did the audit, why the gate and everything wasn't already petitioned, and why wouldn't other buildings already, be in place, the foundation and zoned off? They had just finished the plumbing for D building on the outside to go to the other buildings. They didn't redo the plumbing inside of D building or for Delta building or any other building for that matter on Mabel Bassett's property. They just did the outside to extend of what they have to extend for Delta.
And for those that's watching and listening, imagine in your city or state what the inmates are going through. Y'all seen what the fuck just happened to Florida? Hurricane Milton? Do you think they let those inmates out? They did not let the inmates out. They didn't give a fuck.
It's a natural disaster.
When it comes to a natural disaster, every inmate should be released. And if you feel like they're so bad to where they gotta come back, then you go find them whenever it's all said and done. But why wouldn't you release inmates that could be drowning in their cells from this natural disaster? Why are you guys punishing inmates when they're revealing who's corrupt in the system? What's happening on the yard? Even the men. You think men aren't getting raped? Yes, they are.
Yeah, they are.
Their manhood is getting taken, and they can't do anything about it because this staff member is over them. This staff member is over them. This staff member controls their life. Can determine whether they discharge or if they don't, whether they have a level or they don't. They have so much power. And the only way we can take that power away from them is if we keep fucking exposing them. That's the only way.
Now they taking away days. If you a level 4, if you any level, it don't even matter. If you get into a fight or you disobey a director order, they write you up, they take away your days. Now they take it away up to a year's time.
Oh yeah, they took a whole year away from me. Which is the reason, which I'm not even tripping, because it actually pushed me out of prison faster. It's getting that 365 days taken from me. Cool. When it's time to come back, I'm gone. When it falls off, this is the only thing that you can look forward to when you get a misconduct to where they take 365 days, is they have to give you those days back. And sometimes by the time it comes back, that shit pushes you right out of prison. Calculate your days. A lot of people, when they see 7 digits, they like, I'm gonna wait until it's down to like 2 or 3. No. That's when you watch your days, when you watch your numbers, because when I say they will fix your numbers to where it doesn't look like you'll ever get out. They'll make it to where you literally feel hopeless looking down at this paper that they bring to you, showing you how many days you have. They do that on purpose. They do that on purpose.
Work it down for you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They do that shit on purpose.
Mr. Ola, he does, but no one understands him. They don't understand him.
That's true.
Or his intelligence. They cannot get on board with him. So no matter how many times he try to help people.
No, really.
At all.
It says, I swear, that's the records department got so tired of me because I would make them send me my copy of the back of my CRC card every 2 months. Exactly, Tammy, that is so smart.
Yes.
I'm telling you, if you're locked up, stay on your days. Keep up with that shit because they don't give a fuck. They don't. They really don't. Miss Malone, I appreciate everything that you have told us tonight. Seriously. Is there anything else that you would like to share with everybody that's listening?
Not really, yeah. We're basically Honestly, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. What y'all need to do, friends, families, it don't matter. Just get it out there. Have all your family members mail everything home to y'all. Right now, Mabel Bassett, you cannot mail anything direct to them. It's a Texas address. I don't have it available with me at the time, but everything has to go through Texas to get to Mabel Bassett because there was staff members got sick dealing with the mail this go around. They're trying to say it was strips. The last thing I remember about messing with the mail was anthrax. So if that was on some strips, that's the only time the mail handlers actually got sick there at Mabel Bassett. So all the mail gets shipped to Texas to a center there, and then it gets shipped back to Mabel Bassett. Basically have all your family members ship everything they have to you written down on any incidents. Y'all in return will ship it to attorneys in the administration first. Then you always have your attorneys on board. From the administration, wait to hear back. When you get done with the administration, if it's not justifiable, then you in turn start a grievance with the Attorney General. Automatically in them orders. That's the only way you're going to help your family members being on the inside. Is getting it out there. But the only way to keep the staff from taking it from your family members is to have them mail it home.
Listen to what she's saying. Staff members will take. When they know that you are trying to get them taken down, they're not going to let your mail go out. They're not going to let your grievances go through. They're not going to let your staff requests go through. They're going to send it right back. Not realizing that that's a paper trail. Thank you, send it right back, bitch. Send it right back. But you have to be the voice for your family members, for your loved ones that's still locked up. They need you. They need me. They need all of us. I'm not going to stop speaking on the shit that's happening on these yards. I'm not going to stop being the voice. Whatever I can do to help, whatever I can do to expose them, because they need to be exposed. They need to be exposed. The corruption has to stop. How are you to expect us to go to a correctional facility and be corrected when you're not correct your fucking self? When you not doing the right thing, you literally are corrupt. Some of you officers are even bringing the corruption, bringing the drugs, bringing the this. Oh wow, thank you so much. Oh wow, thank you everybody. I see all those gifts. Oh wow, look at all this stuff. Y'all, if you just now tuning in, it's the Couch Chronicles where it ain't no fucking limits. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in everywhere. I notice, I see the gifts coming up now. I definitely appreciate the gifts. If you do want to support the couch, like I said, it's never mandatory. It's always appreciated. You can send gifts. You can send stars. You can Cash App, PayPal, or Chime. THA, real JANELL. Or just share the live. Oh, shit. You hear that? That's cool as fuck. You, all of us, let's be the voice for our people. Let's be the voice for the voiceless. Let's make it a thing. You guys are so excited to share this shit about Diddy, to share these posts about famous people that you don't even know, when there's people in your own state that are suffering in these penitentiaries, male and female. So, this is why I do this. It's very important to talk about all these subjects to me because this is part of my legacy. And whenever I do die, I want you guys to always remember to check on your strong friends, to make sure to stop the corruption, to speak on mental health, to speak on fentanyl, speak on all these things. That's the only way that you can stop something, is if you expose it. As if you keep on being persistent. Do that. Do that for me. Do that for yourself. Do that for your family. Do that for your friends. Do that for your people that you don't even know that's in the penitentiary right now suffering. I love you guys so much. Miss Malone, I appreciate you. Anytime, you are more than welcome. Like I said, I do prison jail felon talk every month. So it don't have to be just this one time that you get on. Y'all can see her face again next month. That's why I say I do this every month, because I got so many things that I went through on the yard. I can't stop these the anxiety. I can't stop the traumatic shit that happened. All I can do is speak on it. And speaking on it helps me. This is the therapy that you never knew you needed. I always tell you guys that your story can help somebody. Miss Malone, you have no idea what your story did for somebody today. You have no idea how many people you touched. And I can't wait to get all the DMs and hear all the stories. So I definitely appreciate you for being on the couch. Seriously.
All right, thank you so much.
You're
Love
welcome.
You.
I love you
Have
too.
A great night.
Yes, you too.
All right.
You guys have a beautiful night. It's Friday. If you're going out, don't drink and drive. I know I always say that, but I tell you guys, the reason why is because I had a story on drinking and driving myself because I was going through a lot. So I don't recommend it for anyone. No drinking and driving. If you're going out tonight, be safe. It's Friday. Have a good night. Sending positive vibes, love, and energy your way. And healing vibes as well. Before we do go, I do want to do a moment of silence for those that have lost their life in the penitentiary, out the penitentiary, in Florida, out of Florida, everywhere. If you have something on, just turn it off real quick and give this moment for them. Thank you guys so much. I love you so much. It's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits. And I will see you on Monday. Good night, Miss Malone. Thank you so much for your story today.
All right, you're welcome. All right.
Good night, you guys. Love you, TikTok. Love you, Big O. Spotify Pandora, thank you so much for tuning in. It's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits.